Hey y'all, this is As Told by Queers, where we're speaking for the change makers. I'm Micah.
I'm Portia, and today we are talking about this quarantine, Sister Rona, and what has come to light for us, and what are some things that we're going to be doing after this quarantine based on kind of what we discovered.
I cannot believe you call her Sister Rona.
You know, that is not from me. That is from my good sister, Danny, from, oh my gosh, my favorite cooking show. You have to watch it. She's freaking hilarious. She's calling Sister Rona, and I've been watching her recipes.
Wait, is this the one on IG? It's a black woman, natural hair.
She's on IG. Oh my gosh. Stovetop Kisses.
She's Stovetop. I don't know what. I freaking love her. She's so calming.
Oh no.
Are we talking about the same person?
I don't think so. You gotta look up Danny. Okay, shout out Soul Group. I'm gonna put y'all on again. Y'all gotta go find Danny. Stovetop Kisses. She's been doing these quarantine recipes, having my ass dying. She's hilarious. She could sing. She's been on Terrell. I love her. I love me some Danny.
I don't think we're talking about the same person, but I'm gonna send you my person. I don't know her name. She just ends up on my feed and she gives me life. So.
I've been living for the Rona recipes.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, let's get to deep breathing though.
Yes, let's start with our breaths. All right, y'all, let's get centered and arrive. Deep breath. Hold it. Exhale. One more deep breath. Hold it and exhale. I think 2 is good. I feel breathed. Okay. Nice and centered. Do you feel arrived or do you need a third one?
I'm here.
Yes, let's rock it out.
I'm here. Okay.
All right, my darling. Tell me about your bags for this week.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
How was your week?
With this whole quarantine going on and like my new place and just like, you know, you want to keep everything clean. Everything has to be clean if you're going to be sitting here all day, right? And like I've noticed, of course, everything's fucking closed. So the groomer is closed. So my dogs are looking hella raggedy. So they're part of my bad for this week because Bailey's little feet, you know, she's a mini schnauzer. If y'all know what a mini schnauzer looks like, they have like a little skirt that hangs on their little tummy, and then they keep their hair on their arms and legs, right? So like, it's been raining. We took them to like the little park area, and like she's just super matted, and so it was a whole journey. It took me a whole hour to do her. I'm not gonna lie. I need a groomer ASAP, okay? Because just like the little things that are like changing because of this quarantine. Not even little. These are big things, okay? These are not little. The things that are fucking changing is just like, damn, we don't have a groomer. Like everybody shut the fuck down. So that's the only bad I had for this week. I need somebody to do my kids, please.
I don't like that you say it like that, but I got where you're going with it. You sound like every other quarantine person. What I gotta do with these kids?
They fine. I just need somebody to do their hair. Oh, matter of fact, I'll bring them to you shampooed and conditioned. I just need you to cut them. Please comb them out because they are just too much. They're too much getting combed out. But yeah, what is one of your bads? You have a bad?
Okay, so it's a bad that is now a good. We are redelivered. Girl, I have been without glasses for almost a month.
Hey.
Ooh.
Knew you.
And you know I'm a blind little bat. So, and my life is on Zoom because I work from home. I've been like, for weeks, or I had these really, really dark prescription sunglasses and I was giving Stevie Wonder vibes, and they would come onto the call and start laughing before we started talking. And I had like 11 of them in one day, and every single one started the call laughing before we started talking. I was like, oh no.
I wish that the Soul Group could see the glasses but I'm pretty sure they're in the trash can somewhere, super buried under like, but
these are my sunglasses. You'll see them.
Yes. She has sunglasses on. And honestly, when you first came on, I didn't think anything of it. That's just how I'm just like, oh, okay, she got sunglasses on. Like, just not wondering anything. He was like, I can't see. I was like, okay. Are they prescription? Like, is there a reason? But for sure, they're cute. And I can't wait to see the other 6 pair that you got.
No, you already know. And what I also thought was so cute that Tiff picked all these out. I didn't pick out any sunglasses. She picked out everyone. She was like, these are yours. You're going to use them. And they're so cute.
Shout out to Tiff.
She knows it so well.
Girl. See, that's quality. That is a quality wife.
Get you a wife. Get yourself a good thing.
I'm on the way, girl. I'm on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else? Anything else?
That's it. Tell me about your goods for the week.
Okay, so I have a list.
Yes.
1, my waves are finally dipping. They're finally forming. Okay. Shout out to me. Shout out to the waves. The little waves that I'm getting. What else? It was a journey, to say the least. It took me about 2-3 weeks. But now they're doing their little thing. So now I'm trying to like step up the game and make them more shinier. You know, give them a little bit more of a glisten. And doing it in a natural way. So I'm not putting in any like unhealthy products. So that is very hard. It's very hard to try to find a natural product that's going to give you the glisten that everybody has from all those other types of products that you're not supposed to be using. So
I'm proud of you.
There that is. What else? Me and my fiance finally figured out what we're going to do for our wedding. So that is freaking exciting because that was very stressful at first. But shout out to Babe for finding a solution. It was out of, I'm through with all of this shit. But a solution came from that, okay? It came from that energy. What else? And of course, we are on season 4. This is the first episode of season 4. I'm super excited to be back. It is season 4. This is the yellow season.
Yes.
Yes. You like yellow, don't you?
Yes. Oh, I got a whole yellow outfit for the next episode. Yes. I didn't know it was going to be yellow. I'm ready.
I should have told you, man. You should have came prepared.
I have a whole yellow outfit. I'm ready.
All right, for sure. Okay, so what is your goods? I have my
goods. Honestly, good to be back on track. I think we'll chat a little bit about how my Rona has gone. And so
what's Sister Rona that took you through?
Yeah, Sister Rona, family sometimes do you worse than, me and Sister Rona have been going through it, but I'm in a really good space this week, and I'm happy to be back in the podcast. That's my good for the week. I'm happy to be back and back on track and back into a routine.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a cool minute, but I'm glad we're back.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Michael, let's jump into this topic.
Okay, so how did we come up with this topic? I think you came up with this topic.
Kind of. I think we talked about this topic a little bit on IG. So this is giving like a mix of the IG to this topic.
Got you. So pretty much the first question that we're going to ask is what came to light during this quarantine? And I mean, you got to think about it. Everybody's pretty much, you're sitting. Like we're here. There's time to think. There's time to reflect. There's time to get into bad habits. There's time to get into good habits. There's time to, watch some different shows, etc. I know we found a new show. It's what is it called? Westworld. So fucking good. It's on HBO. Shook my whole entire world. Have you seen it?
Yes, I am a Westworld person. I can't make it through like all the seasons because I got lost somewhere when Tandy Newton started popping up, and I was like, okay, I got to catch back up.
Yes. So we're in the middle of season 2. Girl, it's too good. It is too fucking good. So, I'm going to answer first.
Yes.
What came to light during this quarantine? A lot of stuff is unnecessary that we do. Like, just unnecessary. Literally. It's like, we're out here, and I'm looking at it from more of like a spiritual type of thing. We really waste a lot of our energy, and I really don't pay attention to detail. to a lot of things. Like even when I'm on my walks, I'm just starting to notice different types of bugs, different types of plants. Like me and Babe have longer conversations, like while we're walking. Just like, and they're different. Like it could just be like, hey, babe, smell this rose on some like corny stuff, but like it's true. This is what's happening because we got all day. Like, you know what I mean? And I guess just thinking about, because it's like, why couldn't we have done this why couldn't we have gone on these walks? Because we're passing other people that are going on walks with their dogs and etc. And it's just like, why don't you see this more? Like, why are we doing the unnecessary things of going home, getting in front of the TV from a long day, and then like still feeling drained when we wake up, when we could do something that could like rejuvenate you. You know what I mean? Really could get you some energy. Not that a good show won't get you some energy, because Grey's Anatomy's last episode, child, that shit was good, girl.
I'm not even up on it. I'm not even up on it.
Oh my God, it was so good. I was screaming. But anyways, yes, unnecessary stuff that we're doing. What you think about that, sis?
You know what, for me, I feel like you really hit on something. And I think we don't notice all the time how much time we waste doing unnecessary things that we deem necessary, that we make really necessary. You know, I think that you really hit the nose on the head with that. I also think with like grocery shopping, I know your boo and me have in common that we will go to 5 or 6 different grocery stores. And when you have to figure out how to go to one, it really does change how much time you have in your week.
Wow. I'm so glad you brought that to light. Oh, I could just feel a change happening when this quarantine is over. I could feel one grocery store, Lord. I can't. It's going to be Vons. It's going to be okay.
Whew. Just ease down, okay? We go from 4 to 3. Like, hey, okay. There's levels to this. There's levels to this.
We are at 3. So she gets 2. And I'm only saying 2 because I really fucks with Trader Joe's. I really do. Like, it's hard for me to let go Trader Joe's at this point. At this point.
You can't get everything from Trader Joe's either. So you want to include it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But their produce is fire. Like, you can't go wrong with their produce. There you go. Okay. What about you?
I'm trying to think. Probably the biggest thing that came to light for my Rona, well, context for the quarantine situation, I'm in one of those situations where because I work from home, my schedule has not gotten less, my schedule has gotten more. So there's been a lot of, for me, the learning has been about how I'm handling my life. Like there's like been all of a sudden brought to light like every area of my life and how it's working, you know, what's happening with my living situation, what's happening with my work situation, the way that I work has been brought to light because my schedule like went up when I thought my schedule would go down. And I'm in this like spiritual FOMO of like everybody else having all this time off to like think of their thoughts, and I'm having all the thoughts but no time to actually process them. So I'm just coming to a place right now where I'm getting with that, but it brought to light a lot of things everywhere in my life, but specifically that I'm ready to do something different, you know, and I'm ready for a new project, but I'm also cautious and conscious of like how I want to lean into that. I have to tell you today, I was in this amazing Black women writers workshop put on by Sovereign Noir on Instagram. Oh my gosh. And it just, again, brought to light some things of like, I've always been somebody that was really scared to write. But this Rona has had me journaling a lot, and I've been being with my journal and kind of thinking like, you know, other ways to write, and being in this writer's workshop was like, I think that's something new that I'm going to want to get in touch with. You know, I think something else that really came to light for me in the Rona was how we communicate to each other and the quality of that communication. Because I think I'm one of those who like to come to your house and we just sit around. Right. You know, like we ain't got to do much. We could just kind of sit around, and I'm around a lot of people. But I notice when you have to sit and talk to somebody face to face on Zoom and like have a conversation, there's a different level closeness that I'm desiring with the people around me differently. And I'm looking for ways to communicate on a deeper level. That's like writing, that's in person, that's social media, all that stuff. All the kind of esoteric theory of what's happening of the Rona has kind of been what's come to light for me, if that makes sense. What you think about that?
Yeah, I think communicating with friends are very different. You know, I kind of noticed that like I talk to them more frequently, and that's really good. Like I kind of like it. It's more FaceTime than over the phone. Like, and that's good because you can see people's facial expressions. I really appreciate that. And then you really notice like who's your friends, like who are people that are really concerned with you and like want to talk to you when they ain't got shit to do. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times your friends, like you, I understand everybody's busy, everybody's an adult, so not everybody's gonna be able to hit you up, but you know what I mean? There's that time right now where we actually do have, you know, extra time to kind of give somebody a call and check on people. And so it is interesting to see who's checking up on who, you know what I mean? So I get you with the different types of communication. I miss my friends. I miss like actually physically seeing them and having to walk in my home or going to their house and, you know, just chilling, getting to touch them and not in a platonic way.
Look at you, all of a sudden excited to touch friends.
Yeah, it's a whole thing, y'all. It's weird. It's very weird for me to touch friends. I'm not gonna lie, but it's okay. We're going to work on it. Okay, we're gonna work on it. Let's see. Let me see what I have in my notes.
Anything else come to light for you?
Oh yes, I have a whole list, girl. I'm very uncomfortable with being myself, like with expressing myself to others. Now, let me tell you how this all happened.
Okay.
So me and Babe have these, okay, hold on. This is how I'm gonna start it. You know how you have these thoughts in your mind and like you're playing out scenarios and you're like, your mind's just gone somewhere else in a whole nother like situation, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking about the wedding and I'm thinking about like, I guess, cause my brother, he's in jail, right? So I'm thinking about my mom telling me, hey, maybe you should postpone the wedding. This is me playing out scenarios in my head. Maybe, and this is not something that my family would actually say. This is just
playing like the what if game.
Right, in my head, just like gone in the bathroom, in the mirror, gone, brushing my hair. Right, okay. So the scenario is my mom goes, so maybe you should like postpone the wedding until your brother gets out or whatever. And then I'm thinking in my head, well, I'm not thinking in my head there. I tell her that's a consequence that he has to deal with. He's going to miss very important times. And then I say, I have to deal with consequences when I'm myself and da-da-da-da-da. So then I go into this whole thing and I catch myself. Like I literally catch myself say, damn. And now I'm speaking kind of out loud, like to myself, like, damn, you really got to, like you're in this victimhood of like you're giving yourself an excuse to not be yourself. There's no like, regardless if there's consequences or not, you have to deal with them. There's consequences if I decide not to work out today. There's consequences if I decide to freaking, I don't know, go cook a whole meal and dirty up all the pots. Now you gotta clean all the pots. You know what I mean? So it's just like, why is this a thing? So me and Babe have these affirmations on our mirror. And I was like, girl, I ran out of the bathroom, got me a sticky note, added an affirmation. It is okay to be me. And then stuck that mug on there because it's a real issue. Wow. It's like, wow, mind blown. Mind blown.
Wow, that's a big one.
Yeah.
And I love that that's what came up. I definitely feel you with that. I feel like that's also, there's a little bit of a Libra that's always in that space.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a Libra rising, so like, it's just there. So I think like, it was really good to, you know, catch myself in that. And I noticed, and I guess we could tie that together with the next thing that I was going to say, but it really matches together that I really don't speak nice to myself. Like when I'm in my head and I'm doing my my own little thing, girl. Are you getting revelation right now?
Yeah, so we're a twin because I literally like, that's been my journal entries. So I feel you.
Yeah. So like, I guess for me, it's just like when I'm just in here by myself, no one can hear. I do not talk nice to myself. I'm very hard on myself. I'm very judgy of myself. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, you don't deserve this. And I guess that's where I'm at right now in this quarantine. It's like, you don't deserve this. There's no pressure right now. Literally in this moment right now. You can be yourself and nobody's gonna judge you. Babe has seen the weirdest shit that you've done around this house. She's seen you dancing naked. She's seen the weirdest stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just like, she ain't gonna judge you. She here to stay, you know? So it's just like, it's you. It's you. And it's time for you to do better to yourself, to treat yourself better. You know what I mean? To talk to yourself kinder. And girl, these affirmations, I made a promise every time I'm in the mirror, which is a good amount of time, because I'm trying to get these waves here, okay? And I'm trying to get this space on point for this motherfucking summer, because this motherfucking summer was supposed to be fucking lit, okay? But who knows?
It's gonna be extra lit. It's gonna be extra lit. People gonna be able to get outside. Outside is gonna be packed.
I'm here for it. Because like I just got into a new scene. I was just like going out, and now it's just like, oh, well, all right, okay. Well, now we can't. But anywho, yes, that's all I gotta say about that. I'm done.
I live for that. I literally am laughing because I woke up at least 5 days of the Rona in full tears, like rolling over to tell Tiff, like, my mantra of the day is I will forgive myself for all of my internal thoughts about myself. There was a whole revelation for me as well about how hard I am on myself. And there's something to be said for this conversation of the pressure to have something in this quarantine. Like, what are you gonna have afterwards? And I saw, I even reposted this meme that was like, if time was your issue before the quarantine and you're still not getting anything done, then discipline was your problem. And I'm just like beating myself up for that. Like, what am I gonna create? What's new? What am I doing? And then I'm like, nigga, what apparently is important right now is take 7 deep breaths. Everything in the world has stopped. Maybe I should just stop and forgive myself for exactly what's coming up right now. Honor the space that I'm in and look at what I'm already doing instead of trying to just move and see what's next and pivot and do all of this. I got to kind of check in with me. And at the end of the day, if the world is stopping, take the stop. Go with the flow. Don't go against the current.
Give me a hug. Give me a hug, friend. See, because I'm your friend. And like, I mean, because we've been talking since the beginning of this quarantine, and that's what's been on my mind for you, is for you to find the moment to stop. Like, just stop. Everybody's stopping. Why aren't you? And I'm so glad that like hit you. As your friend, I'm glad that hit you, because I was just like, I was talking to Babe, of course, and I was just like, babe, why is Portia not sitting down? Why is she more busy? How is that possible? So, that's amazing that came through for you, because you're right. You deserve to take a moment just like everybody else deserves to take a moment. Absolutely.
I'm dying laughing because it's equally also what was in my head. Like, I'm having like a little Taurus tantrum. Like, how am I more busy and the world is off? Everything is off. What is happening?
Everybody. Okay.
And I'm like having a full scale tantrum over here about it. So
not Palmdale, not LA, not even Cali.
The world.
The whole world. All the continents. Oh man. That's comedy. That's funny.
It is. It brought up something else I think that brought to light for me though. It was also in that space. I'm at the point right now where I'm forgiving myself for being in that space, because the truth of the matter is I'm a fucking little hustler. And I'm actually really proud that that is my mentality, because if I look back like a year ago, that was not my steez. I was a very get in a corporate job. I like stability. I don't like the fact that I'm not knowing the unknown. Like, I've been good. The fact that I'm even thinking of all the little side hustles and this and the movement, and that I'm even in a space where I can actually really serve and I'm serving more, tells me that I'm growing in the directions that I've been wanting to grow, whether I've been paying attention to it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. That's dope. I guess for me, the last one would be I don't know how to accept compliments. And that ties in with the last thing I fucking said. So
why are you in my head? It's because we're not close. It's because we're not, like, all your lights are my lights.
you're so comedy. You were such a Pisces moon, it hurt. Okay.
I'm psychic as fuck, but I didn't think I was that psychic.
Yes. So, yeah, I just noticed that I've been asking for more compliments than critiques because I've been trying to be nice to myself. And so I can't do that when motherfuckers critiquing everything that I do. And this is in general. This could be friends, family, this could be, my fiance, etc. Right? So like, and I'm sensitive. I'm raw at this point to where like, it could be a critique that I needed to have, but I'm raw. So it's like, just please spare me. To the close people, I'm doing that too. So at this point, I'm like, okay, can you give me compliments instead? And like, can you try to like balance the compliments and the critique? Don't just all be critique. And like with that, my fiance was like, when I give you compliments, you don't say nothing back. So it just makes me feel like I'm wasting my time. And I was just like, what? And then I thought about it and I was like, I get uncomfortable when people give me compliments. I literally just like think, oh, that was nice. And don't say not a fucking word out loud. Or like, what are you supposed to say? Yeah, you're right. Like, yeah, I did that shit. Like, I don't even know what I'm about to say. I just go, yeah, cool. Like, thanks.
Like, but in your head and not even out loud.
Why am I uncomfortable? So, whoa, here's another thing. Why am I uncomfortable with something that I need? I need compliments right now. I need to feel like what I'm doing is being fucking seen and appreciated. Why am I uncomfortable when I'm getting it, bruh? I'm done.
I'm interested even... I have a story, but before I have a story, I think a piece of what you said speaks to the Libra pride in life too that I also have. Is they say that people who are rough with compliments is because there's a part of you that doesn't want to believe it, or it's something that you're not telling yourself. There's a self-worth conversation that comes along with not being able to accept a compliment or not having a compliment even exist in your space. Like someone says a compliment and you're just like, even though you're wanting it so much, you're really wanting it from you, right? And to be reflected outwardly as well.
Correct. And I think that because I just got done reading a book called Choose Yourself. So it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And I think that's why it's coming up and why it's like just a whole thing. A theme for me is because it's just like I am speaking up for myself. I am saying what am I needing? I am paying attention to myself. I am paying attention to what I'm saying to myself. And like I guess it's just, yeah, it could get really uncomfortable, but it's something that I have to tackle. You know what I mean? And this is a good time to tackle it.
Necessary work. I have to tell you, I've been in the same space. For me, it came like on a random kind of one-off way, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. I'll tell you a side story. I've been saying that the last couple of weeks have been extra busy. One of the reasons is because the program that I'm coaching, a lot happened. So we've been giving a lot of extra support. We've been getting together a lot more often. And one of the times we got together, we were playing this Cards for Connection game. And the woman that was running the game mentioned something about receiving compliments. And she said, I did a year-long practice of every single time someone gave me a compliment. I didn't compliment them back. I didn't try to find something else to say about it. I just said thank you and received it. My whole fucking world, it was like a portal opened, and I was like, that's so and I was like, oh, bitch, oh, okay. And I saw like every compliment that I'd been given forever, and I don't know what to do with it. I don't know where to put it. I don't know how to respond. I'm somebody that can talk to anybody, but you give me a compliment, I all of a sudden get awkward. I'm like, they're like, you look so pretty today, and I'm like, you are always beautiful. And then and all the times that I love you, like I can't. I don't know what the exchange rate is. It's like, and I thought, like, what would it be like to be able to receive a compliment and just say thank you and be okay with just saying thank you? And my mind was like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for that, but I'd love to get there.
That's funny. Man.
I feel like there's a space that comes, because when she would just say thank you, it all of a sudden was like, it was a little bit like, drop the mic. But also like really appreciate it. And I was like, oh, I can be in that energy. I would want to be in that energy. That's delicious.
Yeah. And I guess like a big thing for me is not to seem cocky, because I really think like in my past I was very ego driven, so I think like now it's more of like I don't know how to acknowledge compliments. It makes me feel cocky. So I'm working on it, girl. We'll get there. But okay, last question. Do you have another thing, or should we go to the next question?
You had all mine. We were mentally tethered.
See? That's because we spend that time, girl. We spend that time. Okay, so what action will you do differently once this is over? I think before you dive into it, I think you made an amazing point of not putting the pressure that you even have to have anything. But anywho.
Yeah, I feel that too. I also want to preface this by saying, maybe this is something else that came to light that I could mention, is that things are not going to go back to the way that they were before.
Right.
There are a lot of things that'll go back to similar, but exactly the same is not necessarily what we're going to be looking at. And that's, I guess, where I want to take this conversation, is in the new reality that's going to be coming, based on what was brought to light. What am I committed to having more of in my life? And I think your very first thing that got brought to light is one of my things that I'm committed to doing, is spending more time outside and in nature, and really taking the time to realize and appreciate the connection that we have with nature. I think that we get so technologically driven, or like money driven, or even relationship driven, that we forget that like we feel refreshed by being outside as humans. We plug in by being around the earth, the water, the wind, the elements. And I think I miss that more than I even thought that I missed it. Like I miss driving in the car with my windows down and not feeling weird about the outside air.
Yeah.
Like those things are important, and I'm going to spend more time smelling the roses and having cute picnics with the babes, and also connecting with humans. I think I'm going to treasure the time that I get to spend with my people much more, because I've missed, and now I can have a new appreciation for how much I want to be in their physical presence.
Yeah, for sure. I guess for me it would be to continue to read, and try to finish a book every 2 weeks. I really like my morning routine that I've created. It's a good habit. I know when I missed it, because my thoughts up here are not as nice. So yeah, and then definitely the affirmations. I notice if like it's just a way to retrain my mindset when it's on like auto mode, where it's just like, oh, thoughts and thoughts and thoughts, and like you're not controlling it, it's just you're thinking. I think it's a good way for me to kind of like put better thoughts into action, because I read my affirmations in the morning when I'm getting ready. I read them every time I get in the mirror, and then I read them if I catch myself saying something negative. If it's an affirmation that I don't have that responds to that action, then I will make one. Or if it's one that I already have, I go and I read the affirmation, so that I could just rewire my brain. And I guess the main goal, I think I said this in IG Live, was like to create better habits for myself. So There you go.
I'm super proud of you with that because I think I'm such a structure bug. I'm such a morning routine person that I love the idea that like there's a morning routine that's like unique for you. It's not stuffy. It's not like no one weird way. You figured out how to hack it and make it work for you.
Yeah, for sure. And I noticed that like just taking more time on my face and taking more time with like doing my fingernails and like those little things, it's just like, yeah, this is what makes me feel good. Like trying to make sure that I take those things and not be so much in a rush because I am like I'm really quick. So yeah.
I love that you said that. That kind of brings me to the next thing that I'm really committed to is also kind of to riff off what you're saying, prioritizing things that bring me a lot of pleasure. Like I realize how much I was missing my fun time.
Yeah.
Like my time to just do the things that really make me really happy and making sure that there's no matter what, those are non-negotiables. I'm already a beast with my calendar. I take 3 hours of ritual every morning. Like I already take a lot of time for myself, but I can up the ante because I notice that when I do, I'm more productive and it takes me less time to work because I'm happier and I don't feel like I'm such a little brat. Taurus rising. I'm such a brat when I'm like overworked because then every task I'm like, I don't want to be doing this. I want to be outside and I didn't get to see my movie and how come I have to like, I'm such a like, and that's like 45 minutes of that. And on top, I'm like, I could have wasted that time just actually going and doing the thing that I'm not doing because I'm working, like making sure that I have that fun time, you know?
But not just your Taurus, but your Libra is also ruled by Venus. So it's like, nah, bro, you got to be in your comfort. That's what's going to help you move. It's by doing the things you love. You're one big heart, just galloping through life.
It's totally true. And I've been doing a lot of self-reflection and them Venus planets play no joke. Look, all of my Venus is in Venus. It's a lot of Venus in my space. So and someone said something to me. I got like, we were doing kind of a group reading and someone said like, I just see you being worshipped and pampered. And I was like, yes, I need more of that in my life. Moments where I worship, you know what I mean? What I mean by that is like really doing shit that I love to do. I like to do a lot of different things. So it ain't like it takes much. Cooking for me is like praying. I love it so much. Wow. So it's just doing more shit that I know I love to do and keep doing things for work that I love to do. And I think that's also exciting after this Corona situation is like, what new adventure am I ready to like play in that feels really good to me? That's not just like the smart thing or the wise thing, but the like fun thing.
Right. Yeah, those are some good things, man.
Yeah.
At the end, so group, I think that we just have to make sure whatever it is, don't put too much pressure on yourself. You know, take it at your own pace. What is for you will come. You know what I mean? I wasn't looking to do another deep dive into myself during this time, but it happened. And so I'm going with it. And I think that if you just go with the flow, it's going to work out in your favor. But yeah, that's all I pretty much have.
I will say one more thing to say to the soul group too that I thought somebody came across my awareness and I thought it would be interesting to share is that everything astrologically that we looked at for 2020 said 2020 was going to be everybody's year. And this is what happened. So my question to everybody is, if this is going to be your year, what are you finding out about yourself at this time that's making it worth it?
Yeah, that's a good point. What, is it really your year or not?
They said how you do this year is how you'll do the next 10. And that this is the reality of what's happening tells me we're really, really meant to learn something that we weren't planning on looking at.
Yeah, I forgot. One of the soul group members did respond to our post about what came to light during this quarantine. And she said that my shadow side needs to be recognized. Mm-hmm. And I gave her a tip to go check out her Lilith that is in her motherfucking chart, because Lilith is all about the dark side. It's all about it. Like, that bitch is no joke. I remember when I found out about my Lilith and I was like, whoa. But anyways, yes, thank you so much for responding. I think we're done. We're good.
Yeah, complete. This is a new fun little thing. So Soul Group, let us know how you like it. Let us know what you love.
Yeah.
I also just want to shout out that we did do some IG lives over the course of the break of the last podcast, and it was fun to connect with you. So we're looking for more ways to figure that out.
Yes, and we almost forgot the fucking Zoom party that we're gonna have. So
Yes.
yes, on May 8th, you guys, we're gonna have a Zoom party. We're gonna have a link, and that we're gonna send to you guys during like through your DMs or whatever. If you guys want to be a part of it, definitely hit us up. Our IG tag is or our handle is @Told by Queer Podcast. If you're new here, so yeah, check us out. And yeah, I think we're done. So peace.